I was looking at just a few of the initial comments in the video we just posted in Overwatch 2. Certainly a lot of people are, including Overwatch people, are kind of disappointed. Now, what's interesting is my personal side of this is very different. I'm actually very much looking forward to it, and I don't think it's a hopium thing or anything. I think it's because with Overwatch, you know, I enjoyed it a lot at launch. I played it, I kind of got tired, and I sort of exited the community. You know, I exited the game. I sort of stopped really watching the YouTubers and stuff. I just focused on other things. And that's kind of meant that I've not been playing Overwatch, wanting more Overwatch when there hasn't been more Overwatch. And that means I haven't got frustrated. Like, I've got frustrated at a lack of Overwatch almost just because it's like, man, how'd they squander that? That's such a shame.
Yeah, how'd they ruin that?
But for me, like, personally, as a person who plays video games, no, I never really felt the pinch with Overwatch because I just wasn't playing it. So now I look at this and I'm like, oh, okay. So there's a whole bunch of new content. Sure, there's cosmetics and stuff, but I don't really care about those. So it doesn't really impact me too much. And again, I feel more okay saying it in this instance because this is obviously a game where there is no paying for power. Very different for a game like Immortal. So I just kind of looked at Overwatch 2 and was like, right, I don't have severe frustration or anger towards this franchise because I was never that deeply invested. But it is a shooter that appeals to a scrub like me a lot more than Valorant. Not because it's a better game, because I know I'm going to be shit at Valorant because I have not been practicing in CS for years. So to me, it's like, oh, cool, it's coming back, and it seems like it's going to come back roaring, at least from my perspective. It's going to be very different to the core people that this has got to appeal to, in fairness. But look, we'll walk through it, and we'll see. So, new business model. Game comes out October 4th. Technically, they're labeling it as an early access, which is weird because October 4th is also when the first season of the game comes out. Now, the game is free to play. It has a seasonal model where the seasons are every 9 weeks. And that's just not like, you know, it is a new battle pass every 9 weeks. Don't worry, they'll get one of those out of you. But it's actual content coming every 9 weeks as well. The PvP, of course, has been reimagined into 5v5 with new heroes, reworked heroes, new maps, new modes, things like that. Cross progression across all platforms, and then PvE experiences that begin in 2023. And that's the big thing. So previously, it seemed right that the Bobster, you know him, you love him, he swooped in and was like, "Nyah! I want another $60 box product like a Call of Duty, woo." And then suddenly Overwatch 2 has to exist. Has to be something that they're going to make you pay $60 or $70 for. I mean, not us, it'd be pounds, but, you know, whatever. Obviously, because they wanted to have the humongous success of Overwatch and to have a big live service, because it's just like, hey, let's get the money in that quarter, that would be awesome. I feel like probably, well, the whole Overwatch community kind of looks at this plan and thinks, all right, so Overwatch 2 looks pretty good, I guess, but why are you doing this? Why does it look like Overwatch 1.5? Also, where's our content? What? Help, I'm confused. And that's what the Overwatch community ends up feeling like.
Yeah, for sure.
So now they've backed out. The PvE experiences are not going to be coming out all at once for $60, which of course could very much be because they're humongously behind schedule and maybe they've had to cut the scope and maybe it's just going to be like an Overwatch Archives thing that happens every 2 seasons or something. So I definitely feel like this is things not going to plan and then them working out that this is the best way out of the overall situation. And, I mean, it seems like a pretty agreeable solution. Yeah. So to go into things then, they're talking about a robust roadmap. So there's a big spurt of heroes at the start, of course, but in 2023, the way it's going to work is that there will be a new hero every other season. So every 18 weeks, you get a new hero, and then in between that, you're getting a new map. So it's just new map, new hero, new map, new hero, and then there'll be a sprinkling of PvE and perhaps some other things throughout all of that. Now, not to some of the super avid Overwatch fans, this is disappointing. I can totally understand that because what you're getting is 3 new heroes plus reworks at launch with another hero coming the following, after 9 weeks. At least what I will say is that if they are actually set up to run the marathon, because they also say they've tripled the size of their team since Overwatch 1's ship, I mean, an Overwatch that's a marathon, not a sprint that then peters out, is certainly a good thing long term for the franchise.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of the thing. Ultimately, are they? We don't know. Do they even know? I mean, I assume they have very good reason to believe they are, but
they know that where their community has been. Like Ybarra even tweeted about knowing they've dropped the ball back in March. Yeah. So with where their community is, if they say they'll do this and then they don't, like they know what the cost is.
Yeah.
So I think if anything knocks this off schedule, it'll be something unexpected. Because it's not just the tripling of the team size. They also talked about the engine changes, workflow, just pipeline improvements that have all been made so that they can actually deliver this kind of model. So for what we're getting specifically, right? Season 1 is 3 new heroes, 6 new maps, new game mode, 30 plus new skins, and a new mythic skin. And then in the second season, there's a new tank hero, a new map, 30 plus skins, mythic skin, and of course... oh, right, so the Battle Pass starts in Season 2, not Season 1, because Season 1 is labeled as Early Access. That makes sense. And then the future seasons will, I suppose, be the same. I mean, maybe a Battle Pass lasts 2 seasons, not 1. Does that be confirmed?
That would make more sense.
It would make them be a little bit less time compressed. However, as Connell on our team pointed out, because he's a Call of Duty guy, in COD, they have 9-week seasons.
Yeah.
So if that monetizes well in COD, ultimately it is the same company, so they could apply those learnings here. So what this means is you're getting Sojourn, Junker Queen, and a to-be-announced new hero.
Oh yeah, the Kitsune Fox, probably.
Okay. Yeah. People will probably be very happy about that.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the most hyper-cynical way to look at it is, you've got the Fox soul ship, probably going to be like almost in the same way that Ari is the poster girl for League of Legends for so long. It's like they swap between like Ari and Jinx a lot of the time. But Ari is just nine-tailed fox girl. People like that shit. In the same way people really like Genji, because that's just an aesthetic people vibe with. It's like, here's Japanese fox support lady girl. Yeah, go do whatever, enjoy that. People are like, yep, absolutely.
It's a box to tick, and certainly,
Yeah, not even just a box tick, but like this is actually like a aesthetic that people put on a pedestal really, really hard.
It is a type of character. Bring people in. Yeah, it's like the Volpera or something. It's like, this is a type of character. Everyone knows it'll do well.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's also Midtown, Portugal, and more maps coming out. There is the new game mode of Push. So there you go. They're saying also they want to push the futuristic sci-fi feel a little bit more in the maps. So you might feel like it takes place in the not-so-distant future.
That would be nice.
They also want Overwatch to feel like a globe-trotting adventure, which, that's cool. One of the things I liked about Overwatch is, like, is it Nigeria that map is located in?
Couldn't tell you.
It's like a cool, like, future sci-fi city, and then I'm in Greece, and I'm in London, and, like, I thought that was really cool.
It was nice, yeah.
Right, other things then. Here's a look at the Battle Pass. Oh, that says Season 1.
Yeah.
Maybe Season 1 is... you know what, we'll see, whatever.
Yeah, I think you get the Season 1 Battle Pass. Oh, wait, no, hang on. No, because you looked at it in Season 2, said new Battle Pass.
That's it then, yeah.
Which means not the Season 1 Battle Pass. Which you get with the Watch Point edition, where you buy the legendary game again.
You look at this, right? It says Collection, Overwatch Origins, Reward Lock Collection of 4 items, 500 Battle XP Common, Diva Weapon Charm Rare, Reinhardt Legendary, Lucio Legendary, requires Premium Battle Pass. What's that?
I have no fucking idea what the
Hang on, the Reinhardt skin,
means.
Lucio skin?
Yeah.
And, oh wait, no, look, there's a 4 here.
You can only pick 4 of the... No, that doesn't make sense.
I think that means you get 4 items in the first tier. But it says Overwatch Origins. So surely... Will that be like skins as in the origins of these characters? Or will that be skins as in skins from Overwatch 1?
I mean, they look like new skins. That is probably just the first freemium one gives you 4 items. So you feel really front-loaded with your pay, yeah.
That's premium.
That's what I said, yeah. You feel front-loaded with your bought Battle Pass.
Oh, yeah. So on the free tier then, what do you get? Well, you get an icon.
Is that not the icon you always have?
You get a skin,
looks like
an epic skin.
Is that a skin or... Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's a skin. And then you get an XP boost for level 9.
Yep.
And that monetization of, real-time XP boost and stuff, that's like a Call of Duty thing too.
Yeah, this is just basically just if you want to know how this works, go play Call of Duty. It's probably that.
Oh, here's the Reinhardt skin that's also in this
yeah.
like first little thing.
Yeah.
Is this a new Reinhardt skin?
I think it's new,
Let
yeah.
me know in chat. I just wouldn't know because I've not been in that game for such a long time.
Well, yeah.
So there you go. And challenges, right? So you'll probably just have match XP.
Yeah.
Please learn lessons of Halo Infinite, but then also challenges to complete as well, which usually they do to encourage a little bit of diversity in gameplay. Oh yeah, and there's the keychain for Diva that you get, so they're adding in little keychains, which, you know what, fair enough, they're actually, or gun charms, whatever, they can be fun in a shooter. So there you go. Right, loot boxes, dead and gone.
Thank God.
They're using the Battle Pass instead. There's a new pass every season with free and premium versions. There's also an in-game store. A rotating in-game store, again, following Call of Duty. And all that does mean, and Apex, and just all the free-to-play live services, basically. And what's good there is there's no RNG. We can have a conversation about how the monetization and stuff, but I think getting something definitely for putting money in instead of getting a chance of something, that's just like a fundamental line in the sand. And this game is going to be on the correct line in the sand, assuming... One thing about the Battle Pass. I really hope they don't do the scummy Battle Pass thing. I hope that they learn from the innovation of Halo Infinite, where in Halo Infinite, when your Battle Pass runs out, or when a new season starts, it switches to the new Battle Pass. You don't lose your previous Battle Pass. You can switch back to it. Because the one thing that can be awful about a Battle Pass model is that it just says, hey gamer, grind 3 hours every day, and if you don't do that, you literally will not progress through the pass fast enough, and what will happen is the new season will start, your pass will expire, and you'll straight up miss out on rewards that you already paid access to. The Halo Infinite model means that will never happen. They must do the same here.
Yeah, because otherwise you're selling someone something. You're selling someone a chance to get a thing based on how much they work for it.
Yeah, and they don't know where their time's going to be in the future, so it's like a lesser loot box.
Yeah, in the extremely principled sense, yes, absolutely it is. It is just, you don't know how much this will get. I guess that's why they freeloaded, to make it feel like a better thing.
And that said, some people miss loot boxes. And in fairness to them, I do understand why. Okay, so here's your TLDR. For a lot of people, they bought Overwatch, they played it, as they ranked up, they got a loot box, they got a fun little item from the loot box, and they were never going to pay.
Yep.
This new game will be a direct downgrade for those players because they will no longer have access to those cosmetics.
That's the
fundamentally.
Price. Yeah.
That is the price that we pay for no loot boxes in this situation. Now, if they put loot boxes in Overwatch 2 that you just got from leveling and are not available for purchase, because having a random reward is not the problem. It's paying for a chance at something that's a problem. So I think what they really need to ensure they do is that a free-to-play player can feel like they're actually going to be able to just have these cool new things be achievable in some way. And I think a really easy game to bring up here is Halo Infinite, because what happened in Infinite, right? Most of the people who are playing Halo Infinite free-to-play, who are at least going to complain about things if they're not happy, maybe like me, we all would have purchased Halo no matter what. Okay, unless it was shit. But, we would have bought the game. But now the game is free to play. And that means that we're people who would have bought it anyway, so we get none of the upsides of free to play, and we get all of the downsides. So then if this is a game that is made for the Overwatch community, who are probably all going to buy the game anyway, then they experience reduced ability to earn the cool things that they used to find fun in the previous game, then it's going to feel bad.
Yeah.
And this is where, is it like the overjustification effect? You train people to, go in, get some XP, do some challenges, whatever, get some loot boxes, and, oh, look, I got a cool rare skin, woo! Or I logged in during the Halloween event, got a bunch of Halloween loot boxes, and got the cool new Halloween skin. And now what happens if that same person who's been trained to enjoy Overwatch that way goes into Overwatch 2 and they're moving through a battle pass with barely anything cool in it? There's just a bunch of sprays, charms, and XP boosts. They're not getting the skins they wanted. Well, it's actually going to feel less rewarding to them.
Yeah, 100%. Actually, here's a great example, right? Where it was Stab and Easer mentioned Vampire Survivors has the best loot boxes. And then ID2K says Vampire Survivors would make so much money on mobile. Lol. It's like a mobile without any monetization. And that's the thing where all of this stuff leans into the exact same reward chemistry in your brain. The dopamine pushes, the dopamine hits. Same as the whole...
Pull the lever!
Yeah, the same as a one-armed bandit, the same as the Skinner box where the rat presses the button and sometimes gets some cocaine. Wonderful, wonderful stuff, to be honest. But I think that's the thing where they have trained people to really like... Because it's an arms race, right? In video games, it's an arms race. And you could go the high route and go, well, we have made the most... I guess the most high-quality video game experience. This is so emotionally and intellectually satisfying for the discerning player who engages something with their higher being. Whatever aspect of God is within man engages with this video game part, and it feels so beautiful. And that's the kind of experience that you sometimes get, right? You sometimes get a game that's so well written that engages with some really super fantastic story. But whenever you're trying to do that, and you're maybe not quite getting there because that's really hard to do, and you're losing to basically slot machine games, then you kind of have to fight fire with fire in that sense. And in that way, it's this massive arms race of how can we get players to habitually enjoy our game.
Yeah.
And the habit forming, when someone sits down to the PC, what's their default option? For people who aren't extremely disciplined, that's going to be whatever your dopamine-inducing habits are, whatever you've trained yourself to do.
What live service are you a slave to,
exactly,
gamer?
Exactly. That's going to be your weekly Destiny like exotic rewards or your engrams, or it's that's going to be number go up, or it's going to be the Overwatch number go up, and that's where there's kind of anything that it doesn't give you that big of a hit is not going to feel as good anymore. And that's the whole arms race that I kind of wonder, it's just grim. It's grim that they now have to kind of almost like wean players off it, but keep them there instead of letting them wander somewhere else. And that's a problem that Overwatch is very, very seriously going to actually feel.
Yeah, so it's just such an interesting phenomenon. And also, just to be super clear, we're talking about feel here. I know that those past loot boxes could feel really bad, and it could be a humongous grind to get a chance at the thing that you want. All we're really talking about is like the motivational side of it and how the game feel could actually be. So we'll have to see the specifics of how they do this battle pass. Certainly Halo Infinite moving from season 1 to season 2, and even just listening to their discussions of battle pass design and responding to community feedback, like that was also just quite interesting because it's not the sort of business model that I personally ever really engage in any of the games that I play. Now, one cool thing, look, if you're going to do a cosmetic, at least do something cool about it. I remember, I think Smite had something with its highest tier of skin. I think you had to actually unlock the ability to buy the skin, but it was something to do with them being like a fairly, like a prestige skin. And I guess those are the champion skins they're called in
Ultimate skins in
Ultimate
League?
ones in League. So here, mythic skins are actually customizable. So, I mean, hey, if you're going to sell a skin, make it a good skin.
That's the whole point of value we actually want to engage with the consumers. I don't feel bad about almost any of the skins I bought in League of Legends because I went, that's the price of money, and I'm making a decision to purchase this, and I know what value you're offering me, and I bought it, and I'm like, yep, that was a great decision. I didn't feel coerced into it. You never went. I mean, they do have the rotating discount shop, but they're very strong discounts, so they feel okay to me, as opposed to bing, bing, wahoo, buy the thing now, it's going away in 40 seconds, 39, 38, 37. Or, you just got off an incredible emotional high of absolutely dominating that game. Would you like a skin at 20% off to, assert your dominance on the enemy team?
Oh, God.
And then we'll send them a message saying, this fucker owned you so hard we gave him a discount on skin. That's the stuff they could do.
Oh, my God,
right?
that would be so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be the funniest shit.
Yeah, that would be that's the shit they can do.
Yeah.
But they don't, because I think they're kind of going, let's be a little bit more reasonable about this overall. Obviously, a League has its whole loot box system in it now, but that's a very kind of earnable thing that you can also do. I suppose you can also pay, so it is a bit shit. But there's something else I wanted to something else I wanted to address about loot boxes. It was Stab Manager said loot boxes that have stuff you don't want doesn't feel good though. And just on that point, that's the fucking point. The point is a variable reward.
Yes.
You don't always want to get something that you want, because then your habit will not hold as strong. Because there's something about psychology in mammals and whatever brain chemistry is, whenever we get it sometimes and it's not predictable, we do it more. And that's just a trained habit. It's, if the rat presses the button, gets cocaine every time, he starts to get a wee bit bored of the cocaine.
So you're saying like fucking reptiles are immune?
No,
Are corvids just so intelligent they're above this?
No,
what would octopus gamers be like?
Way better than us. Look at all those fucking appendages. They'd be way, way more agile.
Whoa.
And probably smarter too. But no, research is done on rats and then monkeys rats, monkeys, and humans. So, yeah, that's the point. Sometimes if a loot box sucks ass, you're gonna buy another one to get something good. And that's the same principle as gambling. Same principle as sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
Yeah. The next thing then is paid beta access to a beta that's going to be free for everyone, and it's a free-to-play game as well. So if you want guaranteed beta access, you have to pay £34.99 to get the Watchpoint pack. That also includes 2 legendary skins, a player icon, Overwatch Legendary Edition, which you probably already have, so that's really kind of weird. Is there not a cheaper version without the Legendary Edition? Who knows? Also, 2,000 Overwatch credits, and a premium battle pass for the first season.
Yeah. Also, did notice this actually. Unfortunately, we noticed it after we recorded the video today. When you go to buy Overwatch, that's the only option you have now. You can't buy Overwatch. You can only buy the Overwatch 2 Watchpoint pack. I mean, you can get it from like third-party key sites and stuff, but
interesting.
You can this is what you get when you go to Overwatch now.
Now, the really funny thing is somewhere, yeah. So we'll select a small group of players when it goes live June 28th and steadily add more as we ramp up, with the first larger access waves planned July 5th and all players in for July 14th. So you'll definitely be in per their plan by July 14th anyway. If you want in June 28th, 100%, then it is the Watchpoint pack. And that is the way they've done it. Look, Founders Packs, they're a thing. Especially if they have any form of early access. Now, obviously, this will be to a beta, so I highly imagine your progress doesn't carry through. That'd be pretty weird if it did.
I imagine it would, because if you think, well, maybe not in the Battle Pass, but in terms of account stuff, because you're just playing with your Overwatch account, right? So unless they roll it back after.
Doubt it.
But, whenever you play, you have all the same account stuff as your actual Overwatch account. I mean, they maybe could separate it off into like a beta version of that account. But
yeah.
I don't know if they did that.
That would be like, wow.
I don't know if they did that. Interesting.
Well, yeah, I mean, they couldn't do Battle Pass stuff because the season hasn't started yet.
Yeah, but it would be technically progress, but whatever progress means there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Weird. But anyway, that's what's up with the beta. That's the thing that people do, also, some weird thing. I just saw... Mr. Alchemizer, I believe, who I follow on Twitter, just retweeted this. Scholastic leagues have been told they can no longer run seasons of Overwatch in the current format, which I imagine has got something to do with the academic year. We can no longer have schools use their school name. That's weird. They cannot be varsity or junior varsity, and we can no longer call our state winners state champion. I mean,
cool.
What if you just said, oh, you're the champion of the state?
Perfect.
I don't understand this. No matter how you look at this, we, the Scholastic Leagues, have helped build the player base of the game. Now that rug has been pulled from under us again by the same company that did it first time. So please join us as we say, play versus never. Can't call the seasons our high school league names. Can't use the word season. Can't use the words varsity or junior varsity. Can't use state champion. Can't use high school names. This is how you fracture communities. Odd. I don't know why they would do that.
I don't know.
I mean, unless it's like season, but our game has them. People might be confused. And maybe they're like, state? I don't know. States are places. Overwatch 2 league teams are named after places. This would be confusing. I have absolutely no idea why they do that. But it does seem needless for something that was like pretty cool. And even with the likes of Heroes of the Dorm that Blizzard put on, like they, at a point, clearly gave a shit about that. Though, I remember there was the whole Tespa, wasn't it Tespa?
Oh, there's a whole bunch
drama
of drama
that happened. I mean, there's been so many dramas, it's hard to keep counting them all now.
But also, they don't care, because, I mean, Heroes of the Dorm, that was another rug pull. I was just, we're killing your game, sorry, but we have all this esports planned. Not anymore, you don't. You're like, sweet, I guess we'll just magically materialize all of that money we spent back. All that time and effort we spent back. Thank you very much, Blizzard. You're a fucking credit to your communities.
Yeah. Yeah, happy stuff.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
There
right.
was something else I wanted to say about this. What was it? It was. Oh yes, because I always just talk about how exploitative video games are. I wanted to just point out that the Watchpoint pack having 2,000 Overwatch credits and the premium battle pass is also like, it's not free because you pay for it, of course, but it's also a little introductory offer. It's a little, come on in, get into our big thing. Also, you don't know what the game is yet or how much these credits are worth, or if you even want to play. But here's the buy-in fee. No refunds.
Yeah.
Hope you get addicted, fucker.
In fairness, most games do that.
Yes.
But
yes. Yeah.
just
yeah,
because something is normal does not mean it's right, and we
Yeah.
should still keep people up to
And
date.
that's one of the things I'm a little bit worried about with Diablo Immortal, right?
Yeah.
Because Diablo Immortal has just been the peak of shit. And now, no matter how shit a game is in terms of monetization and pay to win from Blizzard, everyone's going to go, well, at least it's not Diablo Immortal. And that's going to be it. It's like, it's even, I feel that when people talk a little bit about WoW token, because people are still talking about, sorry, WoW token, still talking about that. And I feel like every time it's brought up from now on, it'll go, well, it's not as pay to win as Diablo Immortal. You're like, but it fucking is. But it is. Don't let Blizzard have kicked the Overton window 7 miles into, I guess, literally hell. Actually kind of have some sort of, let's start addressing all of these things individually where they are. And even if not addressing them, like, we need to fix this. Like, this is, I'm not saying this is tremendously exploitative. It's just, think about it when you buy it, what they're trying.
Yeah.
Think about what they want from you. I guess just in general.
I think maybe a core point here is this was all a lot easier when it was just, hello, we've made a video game. It costs $60. Would you like it? Look, it has really good reviews. And then you as a consumer would just say, oh, it looks like a good game. I have the game now. Oh, I'm happy.
Yeah.
And now it's all like, what brain waves are they sending to get me to swipe my card into a machine?
Yeah.
It's like you'd just rather be, just buy the game. But then, do you know what the crazy thing is, man? Like, see those evil mobile games? If they suddenly all went way more consumer friendly, I fucking guarantee you less people would play them because suddenly the treadmill is just providing less resistance. People are just going to go, wee, get bored and stop playing. Because they're going to more quickly realize how hollow the fucking experience is. And that's actually one of the things. So much of like the pay to win, the humongous grinds, all of these things that, it's like, oh, we've made a problem to sell you the solution. Well, that problem is like the resistance you train against. Like your brain gets used to that. Yeah. So if they took those things away, the game would not be as engaging to some aspects of psychology because the monetization is so deeply, sort of put into your, reward, motivation, whatever the correct word is, psychology, that it's like, I mean, why are people not playing as many arena shooters these days?
Well, yeah, exactly. Why are people playing?
There's a bunch of genres that like just are not fucking well suited to modern monetization, and it's like the newer things just ends up being just more engaging.
Yeah, because a lot of live service video games know this, and there are a lot of the monetization tips, and this is what battle passes are designed for, right? By design, battle passes detract or distract from you enjoying the video game. Because you're enjoying the hit of dopamine that the battle pass gives you. You're not enjoying the game as much. And that's the thing where if your battle pass runs out and you feel like you want to go play another game to get a battle pass, you realize that wasn't the game that you were enjoying. You're enjoying the number go up. Wee! And that's, I think, that's where games kind of are. And that's why I think it's very difficult for... I mean, it's clearly not a problem because obviously single player games like this stuff are still selling in the like tens of millions. But it's a case of, in this arms race, will that eventually win out over time? How many people will continue to play Destiny? Obviously, Destiny is a good game by most accounts.
Totally.
And it's not exactly fullest. It's just, it does have that. It does have the loot loop. It maybe doesn't have... It has the battle pass and stuff and all that as well. But like, whenever that's... People when people have realized they're playing Destiny, they're not enjoying it very much. They're enjoying the battle pass, but they can't get the motivation to break that habit to go play a better video game. Then video games aren't actually serving you as a player. You're now a surf in this digital world, giving your engagement and attention for nothing.
Yeah, you're salmon that's been lured into the farm. That literally makes no sense. That doesn't make any sense at all. That's not how that works.
Yeah, I mean...
You're lured into You know what? Literally, the salmon thing makes no sense. I retract my analogy.
I mean, it was Rich Campbell who put it best. I think you're all rats running around Bobby Kotick's maze, and he was exceedingly onto something when he said that. I think everyone loved that because they felt it.
And for that, he lost his job.
Absolutely.
I think it kind of turned out okay in the end.
Yeah.
Just a bit.
Yeah. Mad props to ODK. That Games Expo was fucking sick.
Yes.
That was fantastic.
Yes, we need to talk about that properly at some stage.
Yeah, that was wonderful.
Yeah, like honestly, versus loads of other expos, including ones that are so much higher budget, they did a far better job of actually showcasing games, giving people a platform and stuff. If more expos looked like that, it would be really good.